Imagine you're walking down a familiar path. The air around you is normal and the sounds are those you've heard 1,000 times before. And then, bam, you blink. And you open your eyes and you're no longer in your time. The buildings, the people, even the air smells different. You're in the same place but a completely different era. I know it sounds like science fiction, right? But what if I told you that these incidents happened to ordinary people just like you and me? The mysterious phenomenon of time slips defies our understanding of reality. Time slips are strange, unexplained events where people claim to have momentarily been part of the past. They're not dreaming, not hallucinating. They're experiencing a different time as tangibly as you're experiencing this moment right now. From the opulence of Versailles to an unassuming hotel in France, to a normal street in Liverpool, we'll uncover 3 hair-raising tales of time slips that will make you question everything you thought you knew about time. But be warned, once you start questioning the fabric of reality, there's no going back. This is the Moberly-Jourdain incident, so let's set the stage on this one. It's 1901, the dawn of a new century. We've got these 2 English academics, Charlotte and Eleanor, on what's supposed to be an ordinary trip to the Palace of Versailles. As they wander through the opulent gardens, they draw to this smaller chateau known as Petit Trianon. But this isn't just another chateau. This was the favorite retreat of Marie Antoinette herself. As they're walking, something feels off. The air is suddenly heavy, pregnant with the strange, grim vibe that they can't shake off. And then, like the flip of a switch, they're no longer in their time. They're surrounded by people straight out of the 18th century. Women in long, old-fashioned dresses, men in breeches and powdered wigs. Even the buildings around them look different. But the weirdest part was they spot a woman who later they swear was Marie Antoinette, sitting quietly and sketching the landscape. They're stunned frozen. They can't comprehend what's happening. Are they hallucinating, dreaming? They don't know. And just as suddenly as it all began, everything snaps back. They're back in their time, standing in the same spot, but the eerie feeling lingers. Their minds are buzzing with questions. What just happened? Did they really travel back in time, or was it all just a figment of their imagination? And then we have the Vanishing Hotel of Bostock, France. So let's jump ahead to 1979. Picture 2 British couples on a leisurely road trip through the French countryside. As the sun begins to set, they pull over to this quaint, somewhat outdated hotel. The place feels like it's stuck in the past, right out of a black and white movie. The staff is dressed in clothes that seem like they belong to an entirely different era, and they're using these old-fashioned room keys, the kind you would only see in vintage collections now. The whole atmosphere is uncanny. There's an unusual silence that hangs in the air, a quiet that's just too quiet. They wake up the next morning, pay their bill, and continue on their trip. But on their way back, they decide to stop at the hotel again. They're laughing and reminiscing about the strange place. Only when they get there, it's gone. In its place is a barren field, not a trace of the building that was there just a few days ago. They're obviously stunned. They look everywhere. But the hotel, the staff, everything's just vanished into thin air. It's like they spent the night at a ghost hotel that disappeared with the sunrise. They're left with a chill in their bones and a story no one will ever believe. And last but not least, we have the Bold Street time slips in Liverpool. In Liverpool, there's a seemingly ordinary street called Bold Street, except this isn't your average street. It's infamous for its uncanny number of what people call time slip experiences. There's this guy, let's call him Frank. One day in 1996, Frank is strolling down Bold Street, going about his day. Suddenly, it's like he walks into a different world. The busy modern street transforms right in front of his eyes. The shops around him are now vintage stores, and they haven't existed for decades. The cars parked on the streets are all classic models right out of the 50s. Even people around him are wearing vintage clothes. It's like he's walked onto a film set, except it's all too real. Before you can even process what's happening, everything snaps back. The vintage stores are modern again, the classic cars are replaced to 90s models. But the memory of the strange occurrence is etched in his mind. He's left questioning his sanity, wondering what he experienced. These stories will make you question everything you thought you knew about time. Were these just tricks of the mind or real instances of time travel? We may never get the answers, but one thing's for certain. These mysteries keep us on our toes, reminding us that there's still much more about the world that we don't understand. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like and subscribe button. Keep your mind curious, and I'll talk to you soon.